there, my name is Sophie and welcome to my channel where I'll be talking about anime and otaku related stuff. Today I'm going to speak about Shinsekai Yuri, and this video contains spoilers. So Shinsekai Yuri was written by Yusuke Kishi, and it's a novel adaptation that first aired at September 29, 2012 and it ended on March 23, 2013. It's supposed to be taking place in the future, 2,000 years away. That's how future we are talking about. Even though it's supposed to be a futuristic sci-fi kind of anime, you do not see flying machines or anything technology crazy about this anime. It's supposed to be in the future, but there is nothing futuristic about it except the name for me. It's called Kamisu 66, the village they live in, and the name is the only thing that sounds futuristic to me. And they live in this village, closed off from the outside world, and this village has way too many rules, laws. There is a controlling system or something like that. I do not know how they lived in without questioning the power and the abilities this village had. It had way too many restrictions. If I was there, I would definitely rebel against the community, the government, but no one actually cared enough to do that. Then they split it up in three parts. The first part is when we first being introduced to the characters, and about the other parts I'm going to talk later. So we got the first part, which is we see Saki Watanabe finally has awakened her psychic abilities, which is a very thankful thing because it seems that if she did not unlock her psychic abilities, she would have been killed off. Even though the people in the village think that they are not killed off, but they are taken by Tainted Cats or something like that. So Saki thankfully has awakened her psychic abilities, and she's about to go to the school where psychic children are meant to go. There she meets again her childhood friends Mamoru, Satoru, Shun, and Maria. She meets them again and they have a nice school life. Nice. Ironic. In the first part, they find this fake godly thing. I do not know how it was supposed to be called in this creature, but they find this thing. And this thing is supposed to say the truth. Everything they ask, it will be answered by this strange creature. And unfortunately, this strange creature led them outside of the village, in where it told them about how the humans were in the past and how they end up being here right now. To me, honestly, when I finished this series, this crazy creature really did not answer so many questions to the children, since it had a lot of things for them. They were outside at the moment this creature was being gone, because it answered one question and then it disappeared. While they were outside, yet still they were kidnapped by strange creatures called quirats. This quirats is a genre about all these kind of strange animals. I do not know how to call them. They look like rats in the face, but they have a human body. They are called quirats. All of them are called quirats. But they have tribes. That's why it's we see Squealer in the first part, which is very short. He is a quirat, but from a different tribe, and they were kidnapped by quirats that they were in the human height and more built. That was a different tribe which was not working with the humans. So they kidnapped them, those strange creatures, and we see Saki and Satoru being in a separate cage from the other kids, and I think this is a really unnecessary scene in the anime where we see Saki and Satoru and the primal instinct of survival kicking in. And when I talk about survival instinct, I mean about the reproduction survival instinct. Yeah, I really did not need to know what the 12 years old would do if they were alone and they had to make the humans rise up again. I don't need to know, and thankfully, one of the pirates over there stopped them by yelling at them, and then they were saved by Squealer and the archer. Squealer led them back to the village, but at that moment the children did not know that the community, the government, the higher-ups knew already about their misdeeds. In the second part, we are 2 years later, 14 years old now are the children, and when I talked about survival instinct and human instincts, yeah, the hormones kicked in this place, and literally we see two couples, Saki and Maria, and we see Shun and Satoru. You see, a yaoi and a yori couple. Very nice. And we have Mamoru, who is in love with Maria, but Maria is currently doing edgy stuff with Saki. Okay. So in this place, when I talked about the restriction this community had, in the second part they are very visible. So we have Sun, who has way too much psychic abilities, he's way too strong, and because of that he might lose his control on his power and he might turn into a karmic devil. The community, the government, the higher-ups were afraid of that, and they quarantined him, something like that. They put him in a place where he would be alone until he died. And Shun, in his last moments of life, he talks with Saki and he tells her that the higher-ups know about their misdeeds, and she must be very careful on what the hell is going on in the future. That's what he tells her before he kills himself. When actually Saki is back to the village, no one remembers Sun, not even she. No one does. And now we have talked about the strong psychic ability. We have to talk about the weak psychic ability. The weak psychic ability is also thrown out as a weakness and as something we do not need to be reproduced. Because if a weak is reproduced, the child will be also weak. So they have Mamoru, who is weak, unfortunately. He still does the how it's called, sun painting. He does still the sun painting, and he cannot do anything else than that. And sun painting is the first thing the children learn out of it. And so he has to be thrown out of the community. But because the children do not want to lose Mamoru, they try to help them. We see again Squealer, who at that point he was so helpful to the humans that he was named Yakumaru. He was named Yakumaru because he was very helpful, and Squealer helped them get outside yet again, and where Mamoru is supposed to be safe, but not so much, because Mamoru wants company. He does not want to be alone without anyone, and he really does not want to lose Maria. To me, that was a selfish need, and dude, we are trying to save your life and you want company. Really did not think that was needed. But Maria was willingly decided to stay. Saki was sad that she lost her best friend and lover. So yes, we have Maria and Mamoru being left alone in the wilderness, and we have Squealer that says that they are going to protect them. Yeah, Squealer does that. Saki and Satoru return back to the village, trying to live a normal life. That's sad. Now we have already realized that Saki and Satoru have lost 3 of their best friends, one they will not ever remember again. In the third part, we are 10 years in the future, and Saki actually works to the development management of the mutants, and the mutants are the queerats. She works on them, she researches them. And now 10 years, 26 years old, the children are, this strange creature comes in picture, and it's called Fiend. So this fiend actually kills off the humans. Even though it looks human, and it does not kill, is not killed. It's supposed to be killed by the death call. There's a death call whenever you kill someone of your own, you are supposed to be killed. And even though this fiend was human looking, completely human looking, when he killed the other humans, he was not killed. And later we found out that this fiend creature is not actually a fiend, but it's the son of Maria and Mamoru, which they were killed by Squiller. Squiller raised this creature, this human child of them, as the Messiah because he wanted to have revenge against the humans. Squiller. That's how smart he was, this dude. He killed off the parents, raised the child as a queer because that's what the child thought he was, and then he did an all-out attack on the humans. And he also wanted to raise more children like the child of Maria and Mamoru, because with that, if we have so many psychic humans that they think that they are queerats, they can kill all the humans without any problem. Wow! For them, at least. To be honest with you guys, I realized that this creature, the fiend, the Messiah, whatever, the son of Mamoru and Maria was, the child of theirs, but I did not know that he was a he. It looks more like a she. But turns out it's a he. Okay. So now they had to kill and somehow stop this creature. But if any of the psychic people kill this creature, the fiend, the Messiah, whatever, they will be killed by death call. So they cannot kill it because they know that he's human. If they are going to kill him, they are going to be killed also. So what they do is something else. Saki and Satoru go to Kirumaru, another leader of a queerat, and ask them for help. At first he was like, I'm not very fond of the humans, but I'm not very fond of what Yakumaru is doing currently, so I'm going to help you. What Kirumaru does is dress as a human, or at least try to discuss himself as a human, and is getting killed by the Messiah, fiend, whatever. And when the Messiah is realizing that that's a queerat, the death call kicks in and the child is dead. Of course, Saki would want the child to be alive in order for her to raise it, but unfortunately there is not really an option here. Yakumaru now is called again as Squiller, the name the humans gave them, they deleted it, and now his punishment is they destroyed him, but the way they destroyed him, they said they did something like he's going to have his organs recreated but then re-destroyed, something like that. That's what his punishment was. It was called internal hell or something like that. Yeah, it sounds like an internal hell. Saki was sad and did not want, even though she knew that what he did was wrong, because she found out that what he said about the queerats being human before was true. She wanted his punishment to be lighter, so she stopped the punishment, but he remained in this strange form where he could not be a queerat and he cannot be killed, unfortunately. Yeah, that was sad. I mean, from what he did, his punishment was enough. And now, the epilogue, we see Saki 5 years later, I do not remember, are waiting and expecting the child of Satoru. They too have a child. Very nice. I wonder how I did not see that coming. So in total, the anime, like I'm saying in the title, had all the genres you could think of: drama, mystery, dark, action, dystopia, even that, futuristic, sci-fi, yori, yaoi, romance, whatever. The only thing that did not have it actually was ecchi and hentai. The only thing that did not have everything else, this anime contained, even in small little bits. It did have everything you could ask for. Mystery, drama, revenge, whatever. It had everything. Murder, everything. In small bits, of course. So for me, the anime went a little bit of slow. For me. For other people, it may have been actually fast, but for me it was slow. And maybe it was slow because there are some parts it was definitely not needed. The art but was very smooth for me. It was not even that 3D kind of completely 3D, but it was not the 2D that you would expect. It was very smooth. You could see them, the movements, they were very smooth like the water. Very smooth, really. I remember this particular scene that it is a smoothness. It was when Saki saw Mamoru and Shun, cuddling. That was the smoothest scene ever, and you realize how talented the animators were at this scene because it was so smooth, so nice, so very nice. The colors were not very bright for me actually, even though it was the sun, the green, the blue in the air. I think they were the dark type of the colors you would expect from an anime, but it was not really bad. It was nice for me actually. The art was good, very smooth. I really liked the smoothness. It very much intrigued me. The drama was enough for me. At least I did not cry at the end, but I was hella confused and I was like, what the hell happened here? How from being children that are trying to find the truth, we end up losing our friends in the way, and then we killed off the child of our best friend. That's what it ended up being with. If someone was going to ask me if I'm going to introduce this to someone, I would say no, I'm not going to introduce. If you want to see Shinsekai Yuri, watch it because you want to watch it. I'm not going to say to you what are you going to watch. But in my friends, I do not think that would have enjoyed Shinsekai Yuri very much because it is really not. It's not, the top anime. It's a mediocre anime, around in the middle. It's not bad, it's not good. It's something in the middle. It had the nice drama you would expect out, the action you need to. Your mind is keep on watching that anime, but I do not think many people, want this slow kind of moving anime. A lot of people want quickness. They want very action. They want to see fights, or they want to see completely and out of romance. Like I said, Shinsekai Yuri does not give you one thing. It gives you a lot of stuff in order for you to watch. And I do not think that my friends would actually enjoy that. That's why I'm not going to introduce this anime to them. But the writer did a very good job. The animators did a good job. And actually, I enjoyed the English dub. I had no problem hearing it. I watched the whole thing in English dub, to be honest with you guys. And I had to watch again the first episode in the Japanese dub, at least for me to know what the Japanese dub was like in order to compare it. But it was not bad. Not the English dub, and neither was the English. Nothing of them was bad. English and Japanese were fine. Goodness. Very nice. So if someone was asking me what kind of genre Shinsekai Yuri is, I would be like, everything except hentai and comedy. Actually, this series had nothing to do with comedy. I do not think nothing. It had funny scenes, but it's not supposed to be comedy. The funny scene, it was like the smooth scene that I told about. Yeah, that was also the funny scene. Nothing else was funny in this series. So if you think that one funny scene can make it comedy, okay, I was said that it is yaoi and yuri just because I saw two scenes that were yaoi and yuri. So okay, yeah, you can say that's comedy. Everything into one anime. I don't think that I really enjoy that. You are going to make it either this or that. And now I remember that I said that the shonen need a little more romance development. I thought that when I was a little bit younger, and I'm like, no, they do not need. Let the shonen be shonen and let the shoujo be shoujo. Let them be whatever they need to be. Do not make them such a messed up soup like Shinsekai Yuri was. Thank you all for watching. This was the end of today's video. It would mean the world to me if you subscribe, put a like, or even comment. I really appreciate it, guys, if you did. I upload videos every week, and hopefully I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Bye.